Hello, this is Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management, Part 2. So, our topic is Statement of Comprehensive Income. I am your teacher, Romualdo Fernandez Credo. So, if you're ready, please get a pen and a paper for you to write down the important notes. Are you ready? Let's start. The following are the lessons objective. At the end of the topic, you should be able to number 1, identify the elements of an SCI and describe each of these items for a service business and a merchandising business. Number 2, prepare an SCI for a service business using the single approach. And number 3, prepare an SCI for merchandising business using the multiple step approach. In addition, after our discussion, you should be able to describe the following key terms. Number 1, statement of comprehensive income. Number 2, temporary account. Number 3, contra purchases. Number 4, cost of goods sold. Number 5, general and administrative expenses. Number 6, selling expenses. Number 7, the single step income statement. And last but not the least is the multiple step income statement. So let's have a short review before we discuss statement of owner's equity. Let's discuss the following terms that are very relevant to the statement. First, accrual. What is accrual? Correct? It is an accounting concept. An accounting concept that prescribes the recognition rule for revenue and expenses. Accrual states that a revenue must be recognized when it is earned, regardless whether it is collected or not. On the other hand, the same concept states that expenses should be recorded or recognized when it is already earned, regardless if it is paid or not. So let's go to B and C, revenue and expense. So what is revenue and what is expense? They are both accounting elements. So to recall, what are the accounting elements? First, we have assets, liabilities, equity or capital, and then the revenue and the expense. So the revenue and expense account are most relevant to income statement. So while yung assets, liability, and capital or owner's equity belongs to the statement of financial position, yung first topic naman natin. Ito namang revenue and expense will be placed dito sa ating second statement, which is statement of comprehensive income. So what is revenue? Revenue is an accounting element, of course, that has an effect of increasing the properties or the assets of the business and decreasing the liability. The ultimate effect of which is the owner's equity will grow because of because of additional resources that coming into the business. On the other hand, expenses is exactly the opposite of revenue. It will decrease company's resources or assets and tend to increase liability. And of course, the ultimate effect of that will lessen your owner's equity or your capital. So it is important to note that under a profitable business environment, the owner's equity or the capital increases. While, and if the business climate is not favorable or if the company is incurring losses, the owner's equity will also decline. So let's go to letter D and E, service business and merchandising business. What is a service business? A business that has no tangible product because its source of income is its services that is being offered to the people who need the said services. So you will be paid by offering your services. So you are under or classified as service business. On the other hand, if you have a product that will be sold to your customer and your product is tangible, you can test its existence by using your senses. You can see, you can touch, you can smell, etc., etc. Then you are into merchandising. The other term for merchandising business is buying and selling. So if you buy ready-made product and eventually sell it to earn revenue, you are in a merchandising business. Before going to the statement of comprehensive income, so for you to appreciate the lesson, so I will ask you to prepare your personal statement of comprehensive income. So on a piece of paper, you have to write your monthly allowance. So the amount that is given to you for the entire month. So for example, you are given 100 pesos a week. So 100 times 4, that's 400. So consider it as your revenue or income. Then, write the amount you spend on the following: food, transportation, load, etc., etc. So lahat ng mga binabayaran nyo, ilalagay nyo na dyan. Make sure na dapat ay namamatch niya yung period na inassume mo sa letter D. which is 1 month. So, dapat 1 month of expense din ang ilalagay mo dyan. So, pwede mo ding ilagdag yan, school supplies, etc., etc. Then, you have to deduct yung yung expenses mo sa letter C from doon sa amount ng allowance mo na kino-consider nating revenue, and then get the difference lang. So if it is positive, it will be net income, and if it is negative, it will be a loss. So paki-finalize na lang yung inyong personal statement of comprehensive income to be submitted that will serve as your first performance task for this quarter. So, what is statement of comprehensive income? Statement of comprehensive income is otherwise known or popularly known as the income statement. The income statement contains the result of the company's operation for a specific period of time, which is called net income. Net income if the revenue is more than the expenses, or the revenue is greater compared to expenses. If it is otherwise, if the expenses is greater compared to the revenue, then we call it is a loss. Temporary account. It is also known as nominal account. They are called temporary because these accounts will be closed at the end of the accounting period. They are closed to establish yung comparability from period to period and to measure performance. Kung maganda ba o hindi. Siyempre, kapag kumikita yung business, maganda. Kung mas marami ang revenue niya, maganda. Pero pag mas marami ang expenses, of course, hindi maganda. So, yung owner or yung manager could implement yung mga measure to correct kung ano man yung mga hindi maganda na nangyayari sa business. So, it is essential na nagkakaroon ng nakakat yung life ng business into short period of time like 1 year, no? Para magkaroon ng measurement. So, since kino-close yung revenue and expense account, yung balance nila sa next accounting period will be reverted to zero. So, yun yung effect ng closing entry. So, this is an example of statement of comprehensive income. So, a statement of comprehensive income contains revenue and expenses. So, dito nakalist lang yung revenue then expenses. And then, kukunin mo yung difference ng total expenses sa revenue. So, sabi nga natin kanina, if it is positive, then net income ang tawag natin, kumita yung business. And if it is negative naman, net loss ang tawag natin. So, hindi maganda yung operation ng business. So, kailangan niya ng mga measures to correct yung mga hindi magandang nangyari. Kaya nag-net loss. So, basically, ang gagawin is i-control yung expenses para kumita yung business. So, i-minimize yung expenses. And, of course, dadagdagan ang kita, ang revenue. So, just like sa statement of financial position, meron tayong dalawang forms. Account form saka report form. So, dito din sa statement of comprehensive income, meron din tayong dalawa forms ng income statement. First is yung single step income statement. And yung other form is yung multiple step income statement. Single step income statement ang tawag dahil practically isang step lang ang gagawin mo para ma-determine yung net income. So anong gagawin lang? Ililist mo lang yung revenue, tapos ganun din sa expenses, list din ng expenses, and then yung total expenses will be deducted to yung total revenue. So alam mo na kagad yung net income kasi nga it is a single step lang. So madali lang itong i-prepare na type ng income statement kasi revenue, dalawang parts lang basically, revenue and expense. So sa revenue, list mo na lahat yung revenue total. Then ang second part niya is list mo lahat ng expense, yung total, and then yung total, i-subtract mo. Kukunin mo yung difference para malaman kung net income or net loss. On the other hand, yung multiple step naman, kaya tinawag na multiple step kasi nga it has several steps needed in order to arrive at net income. So ano yung mga step na yon? So from dun sa revenue, ibabawas mo yung contra revenue so para makuha yung net sales. Tapos ibawas mo yung cost of goods sold sa net sales. We have gross profit, and then from your gross profit, ibabawas ulit yung selling and administrative expenses para makuha yung operating income. And then, ibawas mo yung mga other expenses para makuha yung net income. So, ang daming step. Ang daming addition, subtraction, gano'n. Total, para bago ka maka-arrive dun sa net income. Kaya nga tinawag siyang multiple step. And of course, mas ma-appreciate yung process pag may nakikita kayong figure. So may papakita tayong sample mamaya ng statement of comprehensive income prepared under multiple step. The difference of the statement of comprehensive income of a service and of a merchandising company. So basically, yung statement of comprehensive income single step is applicable sa service business, and yung multiple step is most applicable sa merchandising business. So ang two main difference ng dalawang business na ito is of course katulad ng mention na natin kanina, yung service business ay wala siyang physical product kasi ang ino-offer niya in order to generate revenue is yung kanyang services. So wala siyang tangible product. On the other hand, yung merchandising business has a product na binay and later isi-sell niya at a markup para kikita naman siya. So karamihan ng business ganyan, merchandising, buying and selling lang ng product. So bibili sila ng product sa ibang lugar, then ibebenta nila sa ibang lugar na nangangailangan ng product nila. So sa merchandising company, mayroong tinatawag tayong cost of goods sold. So yung cost of goods sold, yun yung tinatawag in layman's term as puhunan, yung pinambili doon sa product na ibinenta. So, sa service business, syempre, wala yon. Yung kanyang cost of service is dinideduct na lang as salary sa operating expenses. So, for you to appreciate yung similarity and difference ng dalawa, let's proceed dun na lang sa illustration ng statements under single step at saka multiple step para mas nakikita, syempre mas ma-appreciate. So as mentioned kanina, ang single step statement of comprehensive income or income statement is applicable sa service type of business. So ito yung sample statement of comprehensive income ng service business. So ano yung mga parts? Let's identify yung mga parts ng statement of comprehensive income. Siyempre may mga parts din yan. So una is the heading. So katulad nung heading sa statement of financial position, 3-line item din yung heading natin. So una is yung name ng company, Learning is Fun Company. Then, yung pangalawa is yung name of the statement. Sorry. Yung teaching guide na pinagkuhanan natin ng sample, medyo nagkamali siya. It should be, hindi siya statement of financial position. It should be statement of comprehensive income. So, take note of that na lang. Statement of comprehensive income dapat or income statement. Yung second line, yung part na yan, is for identity. Para alam mo kung ano yung statement na binabasa mo. So, katulad yan, kung statement of comprehensive income ang nakalagay, dapat revenue and expense ang nandoon. So, ulitin natin, hindi siya statement of financial position. Ito, medyo nagkamali yung teaching guide. So, after na heading, comes yung revenue. So, sa part na yan, so ililist mo na lahat ng revenue ng business. So, service income, lahat ng income, ililist mo niya, interest income, gano'n. Tapos, ito total mo kung may subtotal, kung maraming income. Pero in that case, isa lang, service revenue lang ang income niya. So, hindi na kailangan i-total kasi mag-isa lang naman. So, for example, pag marami siyang income, siyempre, kailangan mong i-total katulad ng sa expenses. Kailangan ng total. Then, after ng revenue, so, ililist lahat ng revenue dyan para ma-achieve yung title niya na single step income statement. After ng revenue is of course yung expenses. So, ililist mo ganyan yung lahat ng expenses ng business, salary expense, rent expense, hanggang miscellaneous expense, then get yung total ng expense. Kasi kailangan mo yung i-subtract yung total ng expense sa revenue to come up with yung result of operation, which is yung pang-fourth na part na niya. Net income or net loss, yung fourth part niya. So, paano kinukuha yan? Siyempre, difference lang ng revenue at saka expense. So, net income, pag positive, katulad yan, positive siya sa net income. Pero pag negative, siyempre, net loss. So, for example, ang revenue is 100, pero ang total expense is 150. So, may loss na 50,000. Net loss ang tawag doon. So, again, yung parts ng statement of comprehensive income under single step approach, ito yung mga parts niya, heading, yung revenue section, yung expense section, and then yung difference ng revenue at saka expense. So this is yung statement of comprehensive income na multiple approach that is applicable for merchandising and manufacturing business. Even manufacturing business, yung mga type ng businesses that produces its own good for sale. So, ito naman yung sa manufacturing na. So, ayan. As you can see, ito yung part 1 pa lang to. Mayroon pang continuation sa next slide. So, as you can see, unlike yung single step na nilist lang yung revenue and then nilista din yung mga expenses, tapos kinuha yung difference, ito, mas maraming procedure. Kumbaga, may series of additions at subtractions na gagawin Kaya nga siya tinawag na multiple step income statement for merchandising business. So as you can see, meron din siya. Yung first part niya, parehas lang. Heading. Ang heading is composed of yung name of the company, name of the statement, tama na yung kanyang name na yon, statement of comprehensive income, and then yung period covered yung last. So for statement of comprehensive income or for income statement, we use yung for the year ended. Please take note of that. So for the year ended, then yung period, December 31, 2018 or 2016 or 2021. Sa statement of financial position naman, ang gagamitin mo ay as of December 31, as of December 31, 2018, 2019, 2021. Ganun. So, doon na tayo sa first part niya. So, yung revenue section niya. So, notice, magkaiba tong part na ito din. Diba? Kasi mayroong, ngayon, kapag ikaw ay nasa buying and selling or merchandising, ang tawag mo sa revenue ay sales. Kasi you are in the business of selling. Diba? So, ang tawag mo doon sa revenue account mo ay gagamitin mong revenue account mo ay sales. So, ang sales niya ay 500,000. And na-notice nyo, mayroong sales return at saka sales discount. Ano ang tawag sa dalawang ito? Contra revenue or contra account. Ano ba ang contra account? An account that is deducted to the main account. Ulitin natin, ang contra account ay account that is deducted to the main account. So, ngayon, ang example ng contra account natin dito ay yung sales return, sales discount, pati yung sales allowance. Contra account din yung sales allowance. So, anong gagawin mo? Ito total mo lang silang tatlo, pero in this case, dalawa lang ang binigay. And in some cases, pinagsasama yung sales return at saka allowance. Sales return and allowance ang nandoon. So, mayroong mga rare cases lang na pinaghihiwalay sila. Pero usually, isang account na lang yun. Sales return and allowance. Pero, syempre, ganun pa rin yun. Contra revenue or contra accounts. As you can see, 30,000 at saka 10,000 inad 40,000. Tapos saka dinidak doon sa main account which is yung sales na 500,000. So after mong madidak yung 40,000, syempre 460 na lang, ang tawag mo doon ay net sales. So ulitin natin. Net sales ang tawag sa revenue pagkatapos mong i-deduct yung contra account. Okay na. So, dito tayo sa mas complicated na portion ng Statement of Comprehensive Income. Yung cost of goods sold. So, paano ba kinukompute yung cost of goods sold? So, unang-una muna, yung computation ng cost of goods sold will start sa beginning inventory. Ano yung inventory ulit? Inventory, ito yung mga items for sale ng business. So, at January 1, merong mga available na goods sa company na ibebenta na nila. Pero saan galing yun? Siyempre, galing sa last year. No? Yung ending inventory ng last year, magiging beginning inventory this year. Parang cycle lang siya. Siyempre, yung natira last year, nung nakarang taon, ibebenta mo this year. So, yung natira last year, yung tinatawag ending inventory, magiging beginning siya this current year. Parang ganun lang yung cycle lang yan. Okay, so identify mo muna yung beginning inventory. So, mayroong beginning inventory siya na amounting to 250,000 rather. 250,000. And then, anong sabi dyan? From that beginning inventory, i-add mo yung net purchases. Net cost of purchases. So, yung net cost of purchases, i-compute yun. Asan yung computation ng net purchases? Net cost of purchases? Ayan. Yung 100, tapos may negative na 20, tapos may negative na 10,000 equals 70,000. Tapos yung minus 15,000 equals 85. So yung 85,000, yan yung net cost of purchases na i-add mo sa beginning inventory na 250,000. Okay, so ulitin natin yung net cost of purchases. Yung net cost of purchases 85,000. I-add sa beginning inventory. Para makuha yung goods available for sale na 335,000. So ulitin natin, beginning inventory plus net purchases, net cost of purchases na 85,000 equals, so 250 plus 85 equals 335. Para makuha yung cost of goods sold, ibabawas mo ngayon yung ending inventory ng current period. Diba? Nag-start ka, meron kang beginning inventory, tapos bibili ka na naman ng goods. At the end, syempre, hindi mo mabibenta lahat yan. Meron na namang matitira. So, yun na yung ending inventory. So, let's assume na 50,000 yung ending inventory. Let's assume na 50,000 yung ending inventory. So, eto na, yung iyong cost of goods sold. So, 335,000 minus 50 equals 285. Yan na yung iyong cost of goods sold na ibabawas mo dun sa net sales na 460 sa taas. Pakitignan yung 460 sa taas. So, yan, ibabawas natin dyan yung 285,000. So, then, kukunin natin yung difference nga. So, gross profit ang tawag, 175,000. So, ulitin natin. Meron tayong net sales na 460. So, ang gagawin mo dyan, ibabawas mo yung cost of goods sold. Paano kinumpute yung cost of goods sold? Beginning inventory na 250 plus 85 na net cost of purchases. Asan yung computation ng 85? Yung mga amounts yung mga amounts doon, 100 plus minus 20 minus 10 minus equals 70 rather. Minus 15 equals 85. Yan. So, idadagdag mo yung 250 sa 85 goods available for sale. Ang tawag sa 335,000. And, bawas mo yung ending inventory na 50,000 equals 285. Yan na ang cost of goods sold na ibabawas sa net sales na 460 equals 175. So, bago natin ituloy yung pumunta sa ibang parts, sa continuation nitong income statement, balikan lang natin yung net cost of purchases, yung 85. Balikan lang natin yung 85. Paano ba nakuha yung 85? So, yung net cost of purchases, ang start niyan ay sa purchases. Siyempre, kapag ikaw ay nagba-buy and sell, siyempre bibili ka talaga ng goods na ibebenta mo. So, bumili ka ng goods na worth 100,000. Tapos, katulad ng sales, kasi yung purchases, meron din siyang contra account. Ano yung contra account niya? So, kailangan din mo ding ibawas yun, katulad ng net sales sa taas. Ano yung mga contra account ng purchases? Purchase returns, purchase allowance, saka purchase discount. So, yung tatlong yun, i-deduct mo sa purchases para makuha yung net cost of purchases na 85. So, ibabawas natin, ulitin natin, ano yung ibabawas sa purchases para makuha yung net cost of purchases? Purchase returns, purchase allowance, purchase discount. So, ibawas mo yung 20 at saka 10 kasi yun lang ang meron, walang purchase allowance. Dun sa 100 na purchases equals 70,000. Net purchases pala ay total dapat yun, hindi pa net purchases. Medyo mali yung label niya. No? So, total pa lang yon. So, 70. Kasi ang net cost of purchases dyan is yung 85. Kasi mayroon pang isa. Mayroon tayong i-add. Yung freight in or transportation cost. So, 15,000 plus 70 equals 85,000. So, yun yung net cost of purchases. Ngayon, ano naman ang tawag? Kung ang tawag natin sa purchase return at saka purchase discount ay contra account siya kasi ng purchases. Ano naman ang tawag natin sa freight in? Inad siya, di ba? So, hindi siya pwede tawagin contra account. Kasi yung contra account, dinideduct. Ang sabi sa definition ng contra account, any account that is deducted from the main account. Eh, ano naman ang tawag sa ina-add? Ang tawag dyan ay adjunct account. Adjunct. Add, tapos junct. AD, JU, and CT. Adjunct account. So, continue natin yung ating statement of comprehensive income sa next slide. So, hindi pa tapos. Kasi nga, multiple step. So, madaming step. Ayan. So, sa last slide, mayroon na tayong gross profit or gross income. No? So, from doon sa gross income, ibabawas natin yung operating expenses. So, ang operating expenses natin, ika-classify mo, yung mga expenses, ika-classify mo sa dalawa. Unlike sa single step, walang classification, basta ilista mo lang. Dito, kailangan mo pang i-classify yung mga expenses. Ano yung classification? Una, general and administrative expenses and selling expenses. So, unahin na lang natin yung sa selling expenses. Parang process of elimination. So, kung ano ang hindi mag-qualify sa selling expense, ibig sabihin, baka general and administrative expenses siya. So, ang selling expense is any expense that was incurred to promote, to encourage sales, and to bring the product to the customer. So in other words, lahat ng gastos na na-incur mo para makabenta ay selling expense. Ayan, ang example ng selling expense, salary expense. Yung mga sweldo ng mga nagbibenta, gumagawa ng advertisement, yung mga sweldo sa sales office, yun, yung mga salary expense na ika-classify mo as selling. Rent, yung place na pinag-i-stayhan ng sales department. Mga nirerentahan mong warehouse para ilagay doon yung mga product na di-deliver, ibebenta. Depreciation expense, yung mga equipment at saka mga facilities na ginagamit para mabenta, i-store yung product at hanggang sa mabenta siya. And yung utilities, yung mga light, water, electricity na ginagamit ng sales department or ng sales team para makabenta. So yun yung mga in short, lahat ng anything or any expense that relates to delivery, promotion, and advertisement ng product ay selling. So kung hindi siya mag-classify, doon na siya sa administrative expenses. O yan. So ganun lang, ika-classify mo lang siya. So there are expense na common ini-incur ng admin sa selling expenses. So ang gagawin niyan, bibigyan ka ng ng ratio para ma-divide mo yung expense. So for example, yung salary o kaya rental. Sasabihin sa rentals, 1/2 is being occupied ng selling department, ng sales department. Ibig sabihin, kalahati ng rentals ay sa selling, kalahati sa admin. Kunwari, sa workforce mo naman, ang workforce is 20% sa selling. Sinabi na information yun. So, yun yung magiging basis mo sa paghati ng salary. Ibig sabihin nun, yung salary expense Yung 20% ng sweldo ay sa selling mapupunta. And then, yung 80% ay sa administrative expense. So, yun nga. So, ito total mo na yung general and administrative expenses saka selling expense. I-deduct mo yan sa gross. Yung last nung previous slide, yung sa gross profit o gross income natin. So, yun na yun. So, i-deduct mo lang ito. Yun na yung net income. So, let's summarize yung discussion natin. What is statement of comprehensive income or income statement? So, statement of comprehensive income or income statement shows the result of operation of the business for a particular period of time. So, ano ba ang importance ng statement of comprehensive income? So, mami-measure mo yung performance. When you use yung income statement, nakikita mo if it is if it is performing or not. Siyempre, kapag may income, pag positive, di may income. Enough ba yung income? So, na-measure mo. And then, kung nalaman mo hindi, magagawan mo ng remedy para ma-turn yung unfavorable operation to a positive one. No? So, kailangan nakikita mo yung figures kung kumikita o enough ba yung kinikita ng company. So, kung hindi enough, di dagdagan mo pa ng effort to increase yung revenue at saka i-minimize yung expenses para kumita yung business. Number 2, what are the elements of statement of comprehensive income? Of course, it is revenue and expense. Diba? Katulad nung nakita nyo naman sa sample natin, sample income statement natin, ano yung mga nando doon? Revenue and expense lang. Kasi yung assets, liability sa owner's equity nasa statement of financial position. So, what is net income or net loss? So, net income, kapag ang result ng operation ay maganda, mas mataas yung revenue kumpara sa expense. And if it is otherwise, kung baliktad, the net loss. So, it is now time for your activity. So, pakibalikan na lang yung inyong activity sheet 002 on statement of comprehensive income and pakigawa lahat ng activities na nandoon sa activity sheets. And then, kung kailangan nyo ng additional problems para mag-practice, you can use this problems dito sa ating explainer video. So, thank you. If you have any question, please ask them through our GC. Kasi baka yun din ang tanong ng iba para minsanan. So, thank you very much. This is Romualdo Efredo, your teacher, saying God bless.